Good evening, and welcome to a special edition of the Varlastan Circle. We're recapping the events that have led us up to the end of Season 3. We have tenterhook situation in a jail cell still to resolve, but we wanted to bring you an update from our cast and let you know where we think we are as we explore the dangers of Varlastan. With me this evening is Ari-ah, Sillik, and Malak. Now, without any further ado, what's going on?
No clue. My character's been in a shell for some time.
Yes.
There's a lot to catch up on.
So, from that point, I think this was when we got to the town that didn't seem to be in the same space as the rest of us, yeah?
No, I think Sillik has been in his shell since the town with the mind flares.
Okay,
Yes.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was a bell that put everyone to sleep. Sillik has not been up yet. I think we won the fight. Just
we did.
about.
We did. We worked out that what we had to do was go through the veil back to our original side, sneak into the town, not get caught by the guards, and then go through the veil to get into the town we were trying to find out what was wrong with.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had to hunt down aberrations. And we ended up talking to the horses, who
Yes.
told us that it'd been like 4 days since they'd been fed. And could we bring back the human that brings them food? Thank you very much. So we ended up having to go in and fighting our way through a guardhouse.
Mm-hmm.
That did not go easily, shall we say.
Okay.
I
We
nearly
ended
killed us
up
all.
retreating into like a shed, and Jack nearly died several times.
Nearly being the operative word.
Yes,
But actually-
I think it was Mal's fire that Malak saved us, but
That I did.
everything was burnt, including
Us.
us. Well, not you, Mal. You were fine.
I was gonna say I only have fire resistance. I don't have fire immunity. I'm missing half my hair.
It was
They just
bad
had.
enough that Jack went through to the other side of the veil to buy healing potions and got absolutely scammed with the price for bandages and burn cream.
Yep.
But we needed them quickly, so it doesn't matter.
Yep, needs must.
Yeah. So once we recovered a bit, we went into the guardhouse to check what was going on. People had clearly, something had happened very suddenly. Like, there was foods, like half-eaten meals on the table, decaying and things like that. So clearly when the Illithid's mind flayers came in, there was no warning. They just, suddenly took over everywhere. We did find the stable keeper, who was absolutely petrified. Don't blame him. And upstairs there was a body with a golden gong that had the same feel as that heart that we found in Craigfall. So that wasn't good. Then we realised that we couldn't speak to Opener. Oh, there was also a golden hammer.
Yes.
But But
Okay.
Opener couldn't speak when the knife was close to either of them.
Mhm.
So I think Mal went away, or I took the hammer. Mal and Jack were talking to Opener. And apparently the hammer needs to be encased in metal, or special metal, and either thrown into an astral plane or destroyed. But we can't find a forge capable of destroying it.
No.
Okay.
I'm going
So-
to chime in here with the with the phrasing from Opener. The hammer should be melted in a forge. The forge should be destroyed. The earth should be salted, and no creature should pass there for 1,000 years. Or you might be able to put it in a dense metal box.
In fairness,
And yes,
Mal does
but-
have a bag of ball bearings.
Yep.
If we can find a forge, we can actually put it in a dense metal box.
Well, what are those ball bearings made of? And will they qualify as a dense metal?
I would assume steel.
Steel isn't
Does that-
necessarily one of the more
Steel isn't
dense
dense.
metals.
Ah. Can we say lead, even though they would be too soft to be ball bearings? Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we could source some lead.
Get some lead shot.
Yeah. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, so we've got no idea what to do with that at the moment.
But we felt it was best to separate the hammer from the gong, at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not
Gone
carrying
would have been
both.
difficult to
Aye.
do much with.
And to be fair, the last time we tried to deal with one of these was that harp, which cost us our only bag of holding.
Yeah.
We did slightly better this time. I didn't touch anything with my bare hands. That's good.
We're
That's
learning.
I wouldn't go that far. We'll see how long it lasts.
I can't remember if we had to stop you from touching it with your bare hands.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I feel like I'm... Yeah. I'm the voice of reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So, the horses got fed.
Yes.
We take 4 horses for ourselves. We somehow strapped you to a horse, Sillik.
Okay.
If we're going from village to village, it's probably not ideal to drag you.
It makes sense, yeah. And
Your
I
poor
think,
Plastron would get awfully sore and scratched up. So.
yeah, he's going to appreciate it when he wakes up.
And we sent the stable keeper on a 5th horse to Craigfall to let them know what had happened and to tell them we were moving on to the next village called Pool.
Mhm.
And there was something even more confusing.
There is no longer a pool.
Oh,
There was a giant crater.
oh dear.
Mm.
A crater with a slightly glassy surface. And Opener can't see anything in this area. So Jack decided to be exceptionally brave and took a few steps into the crater. Not very far, but far enough to see that there was a half-melted gong with interlinked silver rings in the middle. So, yeah. Hill doesn't exist on this side of the Vale anymore. Or if it does, it's not here.
There was some uncertainty. Still haven't figured out exactly what the deal is, whether it's been nuked off the map or whether it's been transported somewhere else.
Yeah, it could be absolutely anything at this point, to be honest.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's not help that none of us knows enough about magic to figure out what the deal is, despite the fact one of us is a sorcerer.
Yeah, but being a sorcerer doesn't mean that you've. In fact, it almost means you certainly haven't studied
That's true.
magic. And also, all of this is magic that we have.
Never
This
seen
is
before.
like God's magic, essentially.
Yeah,
So it's very difficult to.
Funnily enough, this sort of magic doesn't appear on the Tira shield, the circle that make you sit.
Yeah. Just like there's no information about there being a veil or a world split in two.
Yep.
So I tried to open the veil to see if Pool was there on the other side, and it didn't work. It resonated slightly, but it didn't actually do anything. So we tried giving it to Emil, and Emil could use it no problem.
Still not sure how I feel about that.
I'm pretty sure Emil has more
Juice than
divine
it.
in him.
Yeah.
Curious.
Like I know he's technically your nephew, Mal.
No, I think he's not my uncle.
Is he your uncle?
I think he's my uncle.
He is definitely the child of at least one god.
Yeah.
So Emil opens the veil. A fish comes through and smacks me in the face. A dead fish that someone had thrown. This was
Okay.
unexpected. So then Mal decides, in his impulsive wisdom,
Listen, I stand by this plan.
do you?
Just because it
Okay.
went wrong does not mean it wasn't a good plan.
Tell us your plan.
I believe the plan was to go through the veil, get the attention. I believe once we peered through the veil, we noticed that there were circle personnel. So the plan was, the original plan was to just grab one of them and pull them through and get some information. But then it somehow morphed and mutated into going and getting their attention and then trying to get one of them grabbed and pulled through. How many crossbow bolts was I shot with?
Oh, I don't
It
have
was
a
a-
note of that.
It was a
But,
number of them, I believe.
You were trying to coax a person, you grabbed them by the arm, spilled them onto the ground, sent the basket of apples flying everywhere.
Yep.
And unsurprisingly, the town guard noticed. So we ask Emil to hide, essentially, and he opens up a space in the veil for us to go through and follow Mal. I use Pass Without Trace to get Jack and I to the guardhouse. There's an awful lot of circle personnel and some fairly significant buildings that are a bit intimidating. We don't want to be caught by them. So we managed to get round to the back of the guardhouse and slip in a door there, and we see Mal in a jail cell, looking a bit worse for wear, but as nonchalant as always. Just
However,
sprawled in the cell, not caring.
yeah, because I noticed that when they put me in, there wasn't really a lock. It's just a room, I think. It might have a latch, but, there's not really a lot of actual crime over on the home side of the Vale, so it's more of a holding cell. So if I wanted to get out, it could be easy, but I figured this would be an opportunity for us to get some more information. Specifically, if they might know anything about what happened, what's been happening on our side of the Vale, and just generally kind of catch up, see how things are going back home. How infamous we are at this point, how our families are doing. Well, how everyone else's family are doing. I was raised by the church. Don't know about anyone else. And yeah, just kind of see if we can figure anything out.
Were you not recognised on site by the guard?
Yes, I was.
I think
So
we
I'm
know
gonna
how
ensure-
infamous we are.
Well, that might also be racial profiling as a tiefling. Doesn't seem there's like many tieflings around, so could be that. But we'll find out.
The circle preaches that all races are equal.
They do. But I'm pretty sure we've already experienced one guy freak out and think I'm a demon. So
Yes, but he was a religious nut that the circle left in a small hut in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, I thought you were going to say he was a religious nut. Nothing like the rest of the circle, of course.
I mean, the inner circle are definitely crazed cultists, but they don't seem to care about whether someone's a tiefling.
Yeah. But either way, I feel like this would be a nice opportunity for us to do some information gathering. Especially because, when we're done, I can probably just blow my way out of my cell and absolutely leg it back to whatever portal Ari-ah and Jack have waiting for me. Hoping they do.
I mean, so the very last thing we did last session was we slid a coin from the other side of the veil into his jail cell so that he would know that we were here.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm thinking it's just as well, otherwise he might have decided to blow us up as well.
Yep. That would be on brand.
It really would, wouldn't it?
Don't put me in a confined space, or it will explode. That's my go-to move.
We still have burn cream.
You better.
In fairness, the biggest problem is that no matter what happens here, it doesn't necessarily tell us where Pool is on the other side.
No.
And all those civilians are disappeared.
It does lead to a bit of a catch-22, because either I'm going to be interrogated by regular circle members who won't know anything, or I'm going to be interrogated by inner circle members who might know something, but are also way more likely to try and murder me. So...
But I don't think they would murder you until they've got all of the information out of you.
Very true.
I think they want to know what's going on the other side.
I'll let you know now, I will not hold up well under torture. That's... it's not going to go well. But yeah, I'm sure they will try and get as much information as they can. So I just need to see if I can get any information out of them first.
So yeah, these villages have been very confusing. Well, small towns, I guess.
Yeah.
Large towns on the other side, but small towns on Balios and Ensis's side. So yeah.
Okay, well, I'm up to speed, I guess. Next time, when I wake up, we can do a quick little thing and Sillik can be quote-unquote be brought up to speed, and then
Yeah.
I'll run from there.
Indeed.
But, yes.
I would point out, Malexia, that you're probably not going to get murdered by your own grandfather, but it's never an impossibility.
Well, this
Yeah.
is true.
Like, I don't trust the old man. Like, he's lied to me my entire life. Didn't even know he was my granddad. It's been a whole thing. So no. Although if I do get the chance to blow him up, I might have to take it. But we'll see.
The real issue is, were you raised up because there was no harm in doing so? Or were you raised up so that he could use any divinity and magic power that you have?
I mean, I've kind of been operating under the assumption that once they'd taken all of or as much of the magic out of the other side of the veil as they could, that I had specifically been raised up with, taught how to blow things up so as I could be used to sweep up after them. But I don't know.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
But
I'll have to.
there's always a possibility that you were a living battery for your grandfather.
Also true.
So, yeah, I really don't think they will kill you if they have any other option. The rest of us are fucked.
See, I was about to say, like, you say that, but they don't know me. I feel like if anyone had the chance to murder Malexia, they probably would. But we'll see how it goes.
I suspect there are some civilians that might want to murder Malexia.
Not many that are left alive.
Sure.
But yeah, don't worry. I'll try and swing you some leniency if I can.
We are now crucial to your sorcery in some way.
Yeah, of course. The power of friendship. That's where it really comes from.
Set of very, very large familiars.
But yeah, I think we're caught up. Have we missed anything?
The only thing I think that didn't get mentioned is in the center of pool as you came through it, Ari-ah. You should see a very destroyed building. Although you weren't in a position to identify it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that in that like middle sort of town square?
Yeah.
Wait, was this in Pool or was this in the town on our side of the Vale?
That was in Pool.
No.
As you were being dragged.
Yeah, that was the bit of pool you didn't see, Malexia, because you were busy being beaten with sticks.
Yeah, that'll distract you.
I mean,
If it's done right,
that's a
it will.
reasonable thing to be distracted by.
Yeah.
But yes, I don't see anything in my notes that I believe you encountered that you haven't mentioned.
Fair. I'm glad to know that my note-taking is sufficient.
Yep. Your note-taking remains pretty strong as a still. Keeps the party on the straight and narrow, or sometimes.
Like, none of us can remember, so...
No, I know. That is what it is. But yes, so I think that covers us off.
I
We are
believe so.
up to speed.
Cool.
For those tuning in and wanting to hear more of that calamitous set of escapades, check them out. They're all on YouTube. And we will join you for the final part of Season 3 in the hopefully very near future. It's good night from me. It's good night from them.
Good night.
Good night.
Catch you later.